سمعتيني يا شوقية؟
نعم سمعتك أستاذ.
خليتك مدير مشان بدي أشغل الجهاز أحسن.
طيب ماشي. أنت عملت ستوب شير؟
أنا ما عملتش ستوب شير.
طيب ماشي. نتمنى أن يكون قد نال إعجابكم.
يعطيك العافية أستاذة شوقي، يعطيك العافية.
يعافيك.
جميل جدا، جميل
حبيبي.
جدا. مساء
أهلاً
الخير للجميع.
مساء
مساء
النور.
الخير، بارك الله فيكي.
أستاذة نوال، زمان ما
أهلاً.
سمعنا صوتك.
أهلا، اشتقت لكم كثيرا.
ونحن كذلك. Welcome all.
شكرا عزيزتي شوقية، شكرا أستاذة سحر. مساء الخير أستاذ عمير، أستاذة دانيا.
حبيبتي أهلا. Good evening, Dr. Safadar.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, ma'am. How are you?
السلام
I'm
ورحمة
fine.
الله
I'm
وبركاته.
fine. Thank you.
So nice of you.
Shall we begin, Miss Sahar?
I guess yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome all. Good evening for all of you. Now, let's welcome our guest, Dr. Muhammad Safdar. Welcome another time to this webinar, and we hope that you will enjoy this webinar with us. First of all, let's welcome Mr. Amer, the president of the Arab Translators Association. Please mute yourselves, please. Yes, let's welcome first Mr. Amer, the president of the Arab Translators Association, in this great webinar, ELT in the World of Tomorrow Trends, Problems and Prospects. Here, let's listen to a word with Professor Amer Al-Azm. Tafaddal, please go ahead.
Shawki, please give me 5 minutes. We have Azan now. Azan.
Yes. So let's wait for
please.
Adhan, inshallah, and after Adhan, we will continue our webinar. لا إله إلا الله.
لا اله الا الله. شوقي انا
نعم.
لسه جاهز، بس يا ريت تعمل لي رزق مشرف معاكم يساعدكم. انا جاهز. اوكي.
طيب ماشي إن شاء الله. لحظة. رزق، دكتور رزق لو سمحت ارفع اليد. دكتور رزق. رزق قدومي دكتور. Please. Yes, thank you.
Welcome, Mr. K. Welcome. مساء الخير.
مساء النور. حياك الله.
الله يحييك.
طيب. So لحظة يا أستاذ بس أعمل مشاركة. So another time, welcome all for this great webinar titled ELT in the World of Tomorrow Trends, Problems and Prospects. First of all, let's hear a speech with Mr. Amer Al-Azm, the President of the Arab Translators Association. Please, Mr. Amer, go ahead.
Thank you, Mrs. Shawkia. Thank you all. I welcome you all, our guests and members. We are very glad to host our guest speakers from Pakistan, and I have seen Dr. Mu'tamana. She has shown up. I hope she is participating this evening. Let me give you a quick and brief introduction about Arab Translators Association. We are the pioneers. Arab Translators Association, ARTA, is an extension of the World Arab Translators Association, WATA, which was founded in January 1st, 2004 by its founder, Amer Al-Azm. The Arab Translators Association has over 20,000 members from all over the world. Our objectives: establishing an Arab and international professional organization of linguists, academics, and translators to promote translation, reality, and training. Establishing a non-profit organization to serve as a resource for translators and linguists, assisting students and recent graduates by providing training courses that will qualify them to enter the labor market, organizing workshops, conferences, and seminars to engage the community and raise awareness of the translation and linguistics industry, recognizing and honoring outstanding individuals who have made a difference, encouraging universities and scientific organizations to translate and publish their research and books in other languages. Mission: providing freedom and opportunity to Arab youth who are creative and distinguished, empowering the Arab translator to be a message bearer as well as a cultural and moral ambassador for his country, spreading knowledge, preparing translators and linguists to enter the translation market with confidence and efficiency, encouraging organizations and businesses to employ translators, linguists, and trainers, providing freedom and opportunity to creative and distinguished Arab youth, empowering the Arab translator as a message establishing alliances and collaborating with universities and academic institutions. Our accomplishments in a year: to raise awareness, we held 3 language and translation conferences, as well as dozens of courses, lectures, and workshops specialized in translation and linguistics. We hosted dozens of Arab and foreign scholars and celebrities. We honored 2,000 Arab and international academics, translators, and professionals, including Noam Chomsky. Since January 1st, 2004, we have honored 200 translators, linguists, academics, scholars, and public figures. We created a translation scene and increased the global visibility of Arabic translators, We have built a professional network of Arabic translator relationships with hundreds of translators and translation agencies around the world. We founded the Art Journal of Languages and Translation, which will be launched in paper soon, inshallah. We have introduced the Professorship of Practice and the Accredited Translator Diploma, membership, certificates of appreciation, professional excellence, academic excellence, and distinguished translator interpreter are all available. We provide translation services. We have signed agreements of collaboration with academic and universities. We have introduced the Arab translator in 200 countries. We own a global news network for translators, linguists, and academics. We are always ready for cooperation and civilizational engagement. I hope we can, from this webinar, start working on creating societies and organizations for teachers of English in Arab countries. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Amir, for this amazing and wonderful speech. Thanks another time. Now let's come to Professor Sahar Al-Bataina, the Vice President of the Arab Translators Association. Please go ahead, Professor Sahar.
Good evening, dear guests and members. As Mrs. Shawqiya said, I'm Sahar Bataina, a professional translator. I will take from your time a few minutes just to introduce to you the Accredited Translation Diploma and the glimpse of our courses. Let me share with you this brief and very short presentation. I will not take much of your time, dear guests. This Accredited Translator Diploma program aims to address the growing demand for student and fresh graduates. It will familiarize you with the social, cultures, linguistics, and technical dimension that characterize specialized multilingual material. You will learn the skill that you need to enter the professional market and gain the knowledge to pursue further research in this field. You will work between English and Arabic languages, translating into your mother tongue. There is a strong emphasis on translation-specific professional skills. You will be taught by staff who are leaders in the field of translation and whose work and has influenced national and international organizations. They work closely with industry and bring in prominent professionals to teach you and give talks helping you to make vital industry contacts. This is just a brief summary about it. We've created this course, Breaking into the Translation Industry. It's perfect for anyone who is beginning or thinking about starting their journey into freelancing translation and does not want to waste months. We teach you exactly what you need to know and nothing else, and how someone without a translation degree broke into translation industry. This course will take you from no experience and no degree to having confidence and everything you'll need to start betting on paid work. This course will teach you on how to use your knowledge of language, develop your skills, change your approach to make money as a translator. It's also meant as a reference. It does teach you how to translate. Each module, it is 9-month program. It's 12 modules. Each module has 4 sessions, 4 activities, 4 homework that will get you closer to your goal. We need you to do all of them in order to become a translator. We welcome you on our journey, and we hope to have a look at our programs. We have also the freelancing course, which is an introduction to freelancing works in terms, and I'm not gonna say all of the details of the courses, and this other course also about the professional translation technology, which include the CAT tools, softwares, and subtitling programs, and many other programs like copywriting, localization programs, how to translate websites, blogs, pages, and programs. It is a very interesting course. I've took it myself actually. I welcome you all, and let me stop share and welcome Dr. Safadar Baheti from Pakistan. We're very happy to host you. The mic is with you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sahar, for this informative speech. Thank you again. And the last speech is with me. I am Ms. Shawqiya Hawaura, the General Director in the Arab Translators Association. And I want to say that we often build a bright picture in our minds of our future and what will we be. And every day we chart the path by which we will achieve our goals and our hopes. And as we come up with an opportunity to advance and we can get to the goal, it's much harder to reach the goal. And it takes more time, effort, and sacrifice to achieve the goal. Many people have experienced difficulties like me and you may be in achieving ambitions and purpose, but you should go ahead. You shouldn't give up. You should be more and more ambitious. And in this occasion, I want to share some of my achievement with the Arab Translator Association as I joined it in March. Yes, in March. And I have some of my achievements. Let's see them. Sorry.
آمن يقينا لا مستحيل لا مستحيل بالأمل آمن يقينا آمن يقينا لا مستحيل ما دمنا نحيا بالأمل لا مستحيل آمن يقينا
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mrs. Shawqi. It's very impressive. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Congratulations.
Now let's come to our guest speaker today, who is Dr. Mohammed Safdar Bheti. Let's make a good introduction about him. He is an ELT expert with 26 years IELTS and TOEFL teaching and training experience. He has widely published in numerous peer-reviewed research journals, authored 4 books, supervised extensively, and has delivered keynote and plenary speeches and various international forums. He has conducted and attended scores of ELT workshops, seminars within the country. He has honorably doctorate in ELT and applied linguistics by an American university. The field of ELT. He is a recipient of National Human Rights Professional Award 2016 by IHRO, Islamabad, Pakistan. He is also awarded Certificate of Pride and Honor by Arab Translators Association in Palestine. He is among 128 intellectuals, educators, and scholars from all over the world who got this certificate. ART has also awarded him Academic Excellence Award. Currently, he is teaching in the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. Sorry for pronouncing maybe wrongly. Welcome, Dr. Mohammed. Now the floor is yours. We are so glad to meet you in this webinar. Welcome, and please go ahead.
Thank you very much, respected ma'am, for your very nice introduction. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. And good evening to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Azam, Amir Al-Azam, and the whole ARTA team for having this joint venture to arrange this webinar. I'm very pleased to talk in this webinar as a guest speaker. And the topic of my talk is my screen visible to all of you?
It is,
Yes,
sir. It is,
yes, yes.
Okay. Role of presentation and communication skills in digital era. And that is the brief sketch of my talk. Respected audience, as you know, regardless of one's personal charm, presenting clearly and persuasively is a skill that everyone can learn, refine, and master. Good presentation skills are central to success in today's life, especially when most of our presentations are done in the digital world. Those who are successful are the people who can transmit their views, ideas, and enthusiasm to others, whether in person or online. Communication is a valuable part of building relationships and friendships. Using words, body language, and other non-verbal clues, recipients will be able to understand our thoughts, needs, and wants. In today's world, communication is an extremely important component of success. It is a vital part of society. It plays a lot of roles and it is essential for survival. People use it to encourage, share ideas, connect, inform, and many more. I would like to move towards the role of digital technology. Technology has the ability to enhance daily living from appliances to mobile devices and computers. Technology is everywhere. In the rise of digital communication, technology can actually help communication skills because it allows people to learn written communication to varying audiences. Digital world has become the way we conduct our relationships, engage with our world, and conduct our business. It has also become the primary communication medium to engage with life, digital technology is considered to be one of the most important drivers of linguistic change in a modern period. Over the last decade, with its remarkable entry as an educational device, the tradition of teaching has drastically changed. What is presentation? Basically, that is telling or conveying something to someone else who wants to hear or needs to hear. That is a skill developed through training and practice. It becomes effective when produces desired results. There are two types of presentation, informal and formal. Formal is a talk to a group of people on a specified topic for a set period of time, while informal presentation is a brief talk in a seminar or webinar. The purpose of presentation is to inform, persuade, or educate. Presentation skills can be defined as a set of abilities that enable an individual to interact with the audience, transmit the messages with clarity, engage the audience in the presentation, and understand the mindsets of the listeners. Many presentation skills apply to both in-person and digital presentations. Good presenters know that the approach is different. In-person presentations have a more captive audience, while digital presentations have a greater opportunity for distractions. A presenter is now competing against diminished attention spans and increased home and work life distractions with differing priorities. These are some essential points for the presentation: objectives, motivate to listen; limitations, body of presentation, deliver with a presence; beginning, conclusion, and inviting the questions. Why are you giving this talk? It must be your objective. How much do your audiences already know? Effects of presentation, what you want, and state what you hope to achieve. These are some limitations. How much time have you got? Level of language, method of instruction, whether it is demonstration, a performance, a role play, group activities, or something else. How to deliver with a presence? Always arrive in good time, get familiar with room and audio-visual equipments, make eye contact with the people in friendly way, always speak slowly, clearly, and loudly, and use visual aids if possible, and leave some time at the end for questions. How to start or give the beginning to the presentation? Define the main objective of your presentation, give a brief outline of your topic, and always have eye contact with your audience. What happens if your audience appear to be bored? You need to know, motivate your audience to listen to you and get them involved at the very outset, and remain focused on the main points of your talk. Keep logical connections between the points and let your audience know that you are just going to take questions at the end. How should the body of presentation be? It should cover the essential information. It should provide examples, allow room for discussion and clarification. And how to conclude your presentation? Restate the main points, summarize, express your own feelings on the subject, leave the audience with a parting shot to stimulate their thoughts that there was some presenter over there. And how to invite the questions? Repeat the question and keep cool. Rephrase your answer if necessary. Give others right to disagree. There are some steps involved in your presentation. Analyze the situation, organize your ideas, and develop effective delivery technique. How to analyze the situation? The speaker, what is your relationship with your audience? And the purpose, what is your goal? To inform, to persuade, or to entertain? What are the audience? Who they are? What do they know? How will they react? How to organize your ideas? There must be opening and your proper purpose and development of main points, review and summary, and there must be proper closing. Gain attention and clarify your topic, show benefits to the listeners, Introduce yourself and show that your qualification. Organize your ideas. The purpose should be to develop a purposeful slides and explain purpose of the discussion orally. How to organize your ideas, main points. Develop main points to be discussed in the class and don't leave any of the important points. Don't give any space to unimportant issues and elaborate clearly. How to organize your ideas. Now we are going to move towards the conclusion. Review, summarize your main points, then refer to the opening or refer to the importance of your lesson. How to develop effective delivery techniques, eye contact, non-verbal communication, speaking voice, notes, and handling of the questions. Effective eye communication, stay for about 5 seconds and avoid eye scoot, slow blink, gazing out the window. Non-verbal communication, your posture should be upper body posture and lower body posture. You have to take care of that. And your facial expression should be look pleasant, smile whenever appropriate, and energy. Start strong, show enthusiasm, and with high spirits. Your speaking voice, you have to take care of your intonation, and you must be very clear in your tone. Prepare separate notes for your discussion. Avoid reading the whole papers. Don't use the screen as your notes. And handling of the question, you will have to acknowledge the audience and why they are going to ask this question. Repeat the questions why you have asked. And what if you don't know the answer? It doesn't matter because you are not a machine, you are a man. And when answering, don't look at the questionnaire. These are some basic logistics which you have to remember. Check out your presentation space, confirm the presentation time and length, ask about the size of your audience, prepare a backup plan, practice, arrive early. You will have to take care, consider the location that you will use, the temperature, lighting, space, sounds, and the technology. These are some problems, common problems, which our presenters face. Negative self-image, I don't know, or I know a lot. Vocabulary level, failure to be audience-centered, verbal and non-verbal messages disagree, voice quality, and situational factors. Motivation, self-confidence, self-awareness, and enthusiasm. And I would like to give you some suggestions and techniques to manage this transition. Be interactive and dynamic. Communicate visually and limit the text. Communicate in a non-linear way. Provide multiple entry points. Make your content digestible, not dense. Engage your audience in a conversation. Don't preach. Always be transparent. Before ending, I would like to give you some general advice. Lots of background research should be done. Be organized, prepare in a plenty of time, structure your presentation, practice your presentation, use note cards, have confidence. How the confidence comes? When you will know your stuff. Enjoy the experience. Use humor if possible. Dress for the occasion. Don't leave preparation until the last minute. Don't worry too much. Don't mumble. Don't rush the presentation by speaking too fast, and don't go over the time. And thanks for your patience and lending me your ears. And any question, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Safadar. Thank you very much. Very interesting presentation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Safdar. Thank you.
So nice of you.
Yes. Now,
so nice
if
of you,
there is, yes. Sorry. Yes. Go ahead if you have any ideas. Dr. Safdar.
Yes,
ma'am. Yes. Have you finished?
Yes, ma'am. I have finished.
Yes, great presentation and informative at the same time. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us this night. Thank you. Now, our guest, ضيوفنا إذا في مجال. Yes, you can go ahead and ask questions. واللي بحكيش إنجليزي ممكن نحاول نترجم له سؤاله. بس يا ريت نرفع اليد لو سمحتوا. اللي حابب يسأل أي سؤال, please raise your hand in order to ask Dr. Safdar any question you like. Dr. Rizk, are you with us?
Yes, Ms. Shawki, yes, I'm with you.
Yes, always we are glad to hear you. Shall you comment or shall you ask any question to our guest?
Actually, I don't have any questions personally to Mr. Safdar, but I would like to thank him for this informative presentation,
Yes.
which is equal to 4-year study in the university, really. It is a good preparation for any teacher, Mr. Safdar. Thank you so much.
Yes,
So nice of you,
really,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate this presentation and I liked it very much. It is full of information. It is very important for every educator all over the world. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. Thank you, Dr. Rizk. Thank you. There is a question in the chat from Mr. Abdul Rahman. He says he is a student at the university. How can he develop his English and be perfect or very perfect in it? What are the steps that he should follow in order to be a very active and perfect student at the university? Please, Dr. Safdar, go ahead.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for this question. Actually, I would like to ask from that person from which country he is. If I talk about Pakistan, here the English is going to be taught as a second language. Whenever I'm going to, because I'm teaching at the university level, and I always make my students listen. I try to give them some, they are supposed to speak, because the more you listen, the more you speak. I just make them listen and give them ample ear training.
Yes, please, Doctor, shall we stop to tell him in Arabic because he is a Palestinian one, maybe?
Okay.
Mr. Abdul Rahman, where are you from? من وين أنت أستاذ عبد الرحمن؟ راح نحاول نترجم لك أستاذ عبد الرحمن. اكتب لي مصر. He is an Egyptian one. He is an Egyptian. Yes. بحكي لك the first step or the first step is you should listen and listen and listen, because listening is the first skill that may help you in order to develop yourself. Yes. يعني بدك لازم تسمع وتسمع وتسمع مشان تفهم أكثر يا أستاذ عبد الرحمن. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, and my second point is that I also ask them that the grammar works like a foundation, because English all over the world, not in the West, but in the East and in the I think Gulf countries, it is going to be taught as a second language. So we have to get the help of the grammar. On the behalf of grammar, it will work like the foundation.
Yes,
the more knowledge they are having, that will be helpful for them for their good communication skills. And when they are becoming good communicator, they will automatically become a good presenter. Because in my point of view, ma'am, presentation skills and communication skills go hand in hand. If a person is good communicator, he can be a good presenter. If a person is lacking his communication skills, he will definitely lose his confidence and he can never become a good presenter.
Yes, thank you for this great tip. يا مستر عبد الله بحكي لك لازم تكون عندك foundation، يعني أساس في القواعد. يعني لازم تكون عندك خلفية ممتازة في الجرامر، لأنه إذا بدك تكون مقدم جيد ومتفاعل جيد لازم تكون متواصل، يعني متواصل سواء مع اللغة، سواء ممكن كمان أنا بضيف ممكن مع النيتيف سبيكرز، مع الناس المتخصصين أو الناس اللي أصلهم أجانب، مشان تكتسب اللغة، لأنك مستحيل تكون مقدم جيد إذا ما بتكون متواصل جيد. فالفاونديشن اللي هي تكون عندك خلفية في القواعد في structure كثير رائع جدا. أنا مثلا كمعلمة دائما بنصح، والدكتور محمد كمان صفدار بيحكي لنا إنه بنصح دائما طلابه في هاي الأشياء، إنه دائما الأشياء اللي باخذوها في القواعد يطبقوها في السبيكينج، يطبقوها في الريدينج، يطبقوها مثلا في الرايتنج، لأنه هي أساس اللغة. Thank you. Yes. كمان بيسأل he added Mr. عبد الرحمن added translation. How can I develop myself in translation and to be a perfect translator? Maybe you can give him a great advice.
Yes, I think he should get the help from his first language. Definitely, that is his Arabic. So he have to select or join some good institute for getting this translation course. And on the behalf of that course, he will be able to become a good translator, because a good teacher, a trained teacher, a professional teacher can give him up-to-date knowledge.
Yes, thank you. كمان ممكن يعني ترجع للغة العربية لأنه لغتك الأم، لكن أنا بنصح كمان من موقع معرفتي إنه don't translate from Arabic to English because there are many differences between Arabic language and English language. يعني في كثير اختلافات بين الترجمة باللغة العربية واللغة الإنجليزية. مثلا اللغة العربية بيقدموا الاسم على الصفة، لكن إذا أنت بدك تيجي كترانزليتر تعمل ترجمة from Arabic to English رح توقع في أخطاء. فبدك تنتبه. صح بدنا ننتبه على اللغة العربية، لكن بدنا ما نكونش يكون literal translation because يعني الترجمة الحرفية، لأنه ممكن توقع في أخطاء. طبعا هاي الأستاذة شيماء بتحكي لك لازم تكون ثاني خطوة، لازم تكون متمكن من قواعد اللغة زي ما حكينا، وعندك قاعدة صلبة قوية من القواعد وبناء الجملة الصحيحة، ولا بد من أن تتواصل مع اللغة طول الوقت. Yes, thank you. Dr. Muthaymina, hi everybody, happy good day. Greetings from Indonesia. My name is Mu'tamina or Muthaymina, etc. Yes, welcome, welcome another time, Doctor. Hi, how are you? You can talk. You can unmute yourself. Yes, Dr. Mu'tamana.
Yes, wait.
Yes.
I want to share to all of the participants the links. This is a part of my presentation for you. I think this is a good for you. This is artificial intelligence and will be help your student to improve their English. I'm also doing this in my classroom.
Yes.
Yes. So after that, I hope all of you you can answer the questionnaire based on this artificial intelligence.
Yes.
This
Thank
is the
you.
link. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome another time. Would you begin your presentation?
Okay, my pleasure.
Yes, yes. Please go ahead and welcome another time to our webinar. We are so happy to join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Have a good day to everyone. They say welcome, and I'm very happy to be with you in this night in my country. Before I start my presentation, I want to say thank you very much to the President of ARTA, Professor Amer, and thank you to moderator Swakia sorry. So
Hawawra.
Saukia Hawawra.
Yes.
And also to all of the participants who are attending in this great event, international event. So allow me to share my screen. Okay, I hope this is visible for all of you. It is okay?
Yes, yes, it is okay.
Wait me. Okay, so well, My name is Mutmainnah. You can call me Nina. I am lecturer in the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education at my university, Al-Azhariyah Mandar University in West Sulawesi, Indonesia. This is some of my national and international organization and also my research ID, my research guide. All of this is my link of research. You can feel free to read and cite all of my research over there. It will be, it is more than 40 paper there. So before I'm going to presenting my presentation, my topic today, let's have a look about this, as the background, the phenomenon, and this is about accelerating digital transformation on educational sector. During the COVID-19 and right now we are going to be new normal. Based on my opinion, my observation, my interpretation about the condition today based on the educational sector, I divided into 5 the highlight issue here that you can see on my slide. The first one about injected artificial intelligence in education. This is the software. This is a really help us to make our teaching, to make our learning more meaningful and more useful. The next about education transformation. Right now, our education, we are transformation. We are familiar right now about remote teaching, virtual classroom, distance education, and also we must be adapt with the ICT culture, information, communication, and the technology. Based on this condition, we must be redesign our curriculum. This is the very important thing about how right now we must, the condition today, we are integration the technology, and then we must to redesign again our curriculum to be adapt with this new habit and new culture. So yeah, right now we are injecting technology or infused hybrid or blended environment. Like in Indonesia, in my country, we are a practice or implementation, namely here a hybrid learning environment. The next about infused smart digital classroom management. Right now we must manage our classroom. In my opinion right now about this is covered with the triple quantum, namely quantum learning, quantum teaching, and quantum technology. Quantum learning, this is the way we are learn, how we are right now manage our learning to be more how to get access the knowledge, and then we can be integrate with so many platform or technology or a media. The next quantum, this is a quantum teaching. The quantum teaching, it will be more a talk about the way we are as educator. We are designing our classroom, our activities based on the student-centered learning approach. And the last about quantum technology, yeah, we know right now we use so many platform and technology, and we are integrated in our classroom, in our virtual classroom, and mobilize e-learning, and also about we are accelerated learning with by using technology. This is not about between teacher, educator with the student, but also this is also with the parents and the society, the environment. So the staff in university of the school. The next, the cybergogy. The cybergogy, this is one of the theory that I always use here. Then I want to share to you about the pedagogy and the cybergogy. Cybergogy, this is when you are combined between pedagogy and the technology in your classroom. And about the cybergogy, this is also support how we are as educator facilitate our students to increase the student metacognitive skill, knowing how to learn. And then freedom to learn. This is in my country, Indonesia, our Ministry of Education and Culture. We have a new policy about this condition during the COVID-19, namely the freedom to learn. The last about digital vaccine, we are in the society 5.0, and then our education, we are industry revolution 4.0. We need to be right now how we are facilitate our student with the higher order thinking skill. To achieve the higher order thinking skill, we must support them with the 21st century skill. The ways of their thinking will be more creative and innovative, and also they can be doing some of the collaboration. And next, this is the condition today is the impact of COVID-19 on learning autonomy. This is a little bit the benefit of COVID. Some of the highlight answer here, let me share to you. Yeah, we are understanding about this. We are required a change in the infrastructure system about the ICT. We should utilize information, communication, and technology. And of course, we are doing right now. And independent search for information into the internet. Yeah, because we are right now Internet of Things. We are in the 5.0. And also about greater need for ICT skill. Yeah, some of the data from the British Council. When we are get the COVID-19, most of educators, they don't know how to use, how to teach, and how to train their students to use this ICT. So the last about we are losing the warmth of being together because COVID-19, we are lose our physical interaction, but we are building up our community, our society in the virtual society, in the virtual community. Like today's, we are doing some of collaboration with ARTA, and then we are together here sharing knowledge in this good meeting. This is the UNICEF, UNESCO, and World Bank. The mission of Recovery Education 2021, focusing on 3 priorities. I'm just underline here about the incorporate digital technology into our teaching. Based on the phenomena, based on the background, and this is my topic, I choose how to developing fun-tainment ELT material based on the games in it. Fun-tainment, this is one of the theory based on fun, entertainment, and enjoyable. Education and entertainment. So our menu today, we are going to discuss the first one, digital transformation in education, emerging generation C, trend for the next education, and the last about designing and creating ELT materials. Let's have a look one by one. About digital transformation. Right now, our education, we are in the revolution 4.0, and then we are going to be 5.0 education revolution. The main point here about the learner as connector, creator, and contributor. So that's why we must change the way we are teaching. This is very important. At the present, we understand knowledge as navigation. So we are doing in our classroom, maybe this is in the hybrid learning environment, or maybe in the virtual classroom. We are implementation, namely mentoring and coaching here. So let's have a look about the knowledge, how we get the knowledge here. This is the pace from traditional era until right now in the modern era. Knowledge created for some elite and knowledge is already pledged. Knowledge creation and production is the central issue, and today's knowledge created this is the creation is an implied issue. And the focus of learning right now, the model is navigation. This is the benefit of teaching, technology in teaching or technology in education. There are so many benefits here. We can find and evaluate authentic web-based content. We can use social media for professional development and basic ICT using software to support critical thinking. And then this is so many the benefit. So when we are integration the technology in our learning and teaching process, this is a really support about how we are facilitate the student, not only about the technology itself, but also we must develop their social skill, thinking skill, self-management skill, and information skill. And also the ways of thinking, we must a little bit change their mindset today. Yeah, more here about the way they are thinking, more to have more creative and innovative, and they have the self-direct in learning and self-determined in learning. And digital learning, and also right now the teacher not only the single solo in the classroom as a resource, but we can be train our student and facilitate them with so many digital resources to support them to learn more better. And this is the online learning adoption. This is the challenge. Like in my country, you know, Indonesia, this is one of developing country in Asia. We have a big population. And the 50 area of Indonesia, we are in the rural area, and then we are in the blank spot area. Blank spot, no internet connection, and also don't have device, don't have a mobile, don't have a smartphone or a laptop. This is the challenge. That's why we need to be more support for our Ministry of Communication to give to us about the infrastructure to facilitate all of these area in Indonesia with the ICT infrastructure. This is the cybergogy. The cybergogy, this is the theory from Wang and Kang. This is covered with 3 factors here. The first one about the cognitive load theory of behaviorism. We need to be right now, our students, they cannot be demonstrate their knowledge. And we do really hope they also can contract the new knowledge by themselves. And the next factor about the social constructivism, this is in the cybergogy, need to be more about how in the classroom we manage our classroom to help the student doing some of collaboration and building up the community. And the last about emotion. Yeah, we understand our student, they are unique. The individual, every individual, this is a unique, and this is we have responsibility how we are manage all of the unique individual, and then we cover all of their talents. Yeah, the feeling we can be create the fun and enjoyable classroom. The more the student they are fun in the classroom, they are happy joining your classroom, they will be more engaged. This is the theory from Wang and Kang. And this is the path of independent learner here about the cybergogy, mobile gogy, and digital pedagogy. In the cybergogy, we do really hope the learner thinking, behavior, emotion are deeply connected to the culture. Yeah, because right now we have a new culture, new habit, use technology, use internet. We are use our smartphone every day. So mobile gogy, yeah, this is not only mobile, this is not only about mobile as device like smartphone, but also this is covered with mobile as a process. How we are mobility, the technology to mobility, the learner to learn more better. And the last about digital pedagogy, yeah, about this is the digital pedagogy, the modern technology. You can use the technology based on your student condition. Maybe in my university, different condition, different need with all of you here. For example, in my university, some of the students, they are familiar by using Google Classroom or WhatsApp. That's why we use WhatsApp and Google Classroom. Another class maybe or another faculty, the student characteristic, they are familiar by using artificial intelligence. So we are use this software in our learning and teaching process. And then let's have a look here about digital pedagogy. Yeah, because the teaching right now not only about the technology, but the main point about your pedagogy, the way you are designing and creating your classroom, your material, your syllabus, your lesson plan until your assessment to achieve the Bloom taxonomy or the higher order thinking skill. This is the example, the well of pedagogy. In the middle, in the center of this circle, you have this is the remember and understanding. This is the lower order thinking skill based on the Bloom taxonomy. And this is the higher order thinking skill. This is our outcome. We must help our student. We must facilitate our student to achieve this one. Creative and innovative. So let's have a look how to use this circle, the pedagogical well. We must choose the right action, the right activities, and the right technology. Maybe some of the students ask you why we must master so many technologies, so many media, so many platforms, because all of this technology, all of this platform will be help you more to achieve this the higher order thinking skill. For example, remember and understanding the action, the right action. Maybe, for example, you can ask your student to summarize. If you're doing this, asking them to summarizing, to paraphrasing, to interpreting, to identify, to report, and all of this is the action. You are doing still lower order thinking skill. And the activities you can ask them to doing some of, for example, here, searching for or Googling. And yeah, you can choose one of these tools like Google or Googling, doing Googling. And this is also you can do with this another Bloom taxonomy here. Yeah. Education transformation framework based on the Microsoft. I'm just pay attention with how we are modernizing our curriculum and our assessment, and also we are integrating the technology, designing the technology to support the digital era, because right now we are in the digital era. We must facilitate the student. They must be going to be digital learner or to be digital student. This is based on the Scotland. The Scotland have indicator about digital learner. And if you wanted to identify your student, they are digital learner or they are digital student, this is some of the indicator. The first one, like your student understand and can demonstrate the benefit of digital technology, not only doing selfie by their smartphone, but they have more the benefit of the digital technology. They have also the skill an ability to experiment and creative, innovative digital solution, and doing all of this, and they have skill, ability, and agility to select and use appropriate digital technology for their learning, their life, and for work, and to support their future career. What about us? What about us as educator? Yeah, we are as educator also, we must going to be a digital teacher. What should we do? The teacher able to support student deep learning, represent ideas in powerful ways, organize productive learning success, and evaluate themselves. Or we can evaluate and doing reflection with our classroom. And the competent, the teacher need to be developed, knowledge about the student. We must identify and analyze the characteristic of our student, the learning style. They have a different learning style. So learning condition design, so mastery subject knowledge and assessment competent. Integrating 21st century skill into the teaching and learning process. I just focus this is to identify and analyze if you are integrating 21st century skill in your classroom. You can identify here if your student, they are going to be a 21st century student in academic, in social, and in civic. They will be show their competence, like in communication, in collaboration, creative thinking, critical thinking, and creative, and use technology. And the social, they will be doing collaboration and demonstrate adaptability. And the last, the civic, they can be participate as a member of local, global, and digital society. Like today, we are in this meeting, we are actually a 21st century educator. We are participate as a member of global community, like in ARTA Global Association, global organization. So this is the 5 case 21st century teacher that need to think the behavior that need to think right now. Learning is no longer a solo activities anymore. Remember, we must use here a student learning, student-centered learning approach. The teacher is no longer the only person in teaching. Learning is no longer passive anymore. How we are designing out the activities in the classroom to make them more active in the classroom. More active, more fun, and happy. Books are just the start, and teaching is then beyond in the classroom. But the intersection between pedagogy and the technology, maybe this is happening also in another country, like in Indonesia, about the system change. Yeah, the system change. We know, right, the condition today, we can be accessed with the technology every minute in our daily activities, every day. So emerging Gen Z trend for the next education, that's why we must change the way we are teaching, because the student, they are unique. And then our student, your student, not like you, we must accept and teach differently. This is the illustration. The Gen Z, they are familiar with the smartphone, they are born digital. And then we do really hope this is the Gen Z. They can be a mobile their learning, have autonomy in learning. They can be direct and self-determined in learning process. And they are familiar with the ICT. This is the characteristic of the Gen Z. And how we are designing and
excuse me, Doctor, excuse me. There is a lot of people wants to ask you a few questions, and we have time like limitation.
Yeah.
If you summarize, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. A little bit. Give me 5 minutes to finish. If you wanted to designing your ELT material, this is one of the methodology, namely research and development, R&D. I use here based on the board and goal. What is educational product? This is, for example, you can designing your specific curriculum, a teaching method. You can designing your teaching method, your educational media, your textbook, or your modules or your books. This is research and development consists with the developing the product based on the findings. And this is the flow chart. Actually, there are 10 pages if you want to designing and creating your ELT materials. And then one of the instructional model is here by using Assure. What is Assure? Assure, this is the acronym from Analyze Learner. Yeah, this is we must identify our student characteristics, state the objective, select method, media, and material, utilize media material in the classroom, require learner participation by group or small discussion, and evaluate and revise. So let's have a look. This is my research in my university. You can also doing this in your school or your class. By using a questionnaire. This is the highlight answer of the student. They are familiar with the social media ICT, and also they like learn English by using a film and song. This is the highlight answer. So let me show to you. This is the global condition. Most of the people in the world, they are familiar by Facebook and YouTube. This is related to my data. The student familiar with the ICT. What about in my country, in Indonesia? Most of the people in Indonesia, they are use this social media. The highlight answer, this is a YouTube. And also this is my student. They are familiar with this YouTube, watching online by YouTube and using at first on YouTube. And how we are designing our classroom with this condition. They are familiar with the film and familiar by song or YouTube here by YouTube. And this is the example of my classroom Padlet and some of the platform if you want to designing your classroom, designing your material by using Lectura Aspire, Articulate Mobile, Articulate Storyline. This is virtual reality. And this is, I have shared to you the artificial intelligence. And this is the example if you want to designing your ELT material by using film. This is the example of my classroom. I use this film, Mr. Bean film. And then this is the step. I did break down into 5 steps here: warm up, presenting, practice, production, and evaluation. This step will help your student to achieve the higher order thinking skill. In the warm up, we are here how to manage our student to understand and remember about this is the present perfect and past simple based on the Mr. Bean film. And in the presenting, you can ask your student to brainstorming to apply and analyze the problematic words here, finding the meaning and phonetic transcription through a digital dictionary. In the practice, the student will discuss about this content and the material. In the production, the student will write a composition based on the film here. And then in evaluation, the student will answer the question based on the material given. So another film, yeah, English in Indonesia. In Indonesia, English, this is still foreign language. So we can use this film by using a bilingual film to help them to achieve the Bloom taxonomy. This is the example. And the film only 5 minutes here. And only film, you can use a song. This is namely lyric training. You ask your student to listening this song, and also they can choose the right answer based on the box, for example. this is the walls. So not only that, by using picture also, and my classroom, and I'm implementation of practice artificial intelligence. Yeah, and by using film, they are using their smartphone. Yeah, they are familiar. They are the Gen Z. They are familiar with this smartphone. They are very active in the classroom. When they are discussed and doing collaboration in the classroom. So not only in the classroom, but also outdoor. Some of the students, they asking, they want study in the outdoor approach. So we are use this outdoor. So my classroom. So what about if the student don't have internet connection? We are training our student to prepare them with the condition don't have internet connection when they are wanted to practice their teaching practice by using these games. When we are train them to use the technology. And this is the local technology by using sarong. I don't know in another country what is the language here by using this sarong. This is my friend's research in teaching mathematics by using this media. Yeah, when we find this condition don't have internet connection, we are doing the gamification. Nothing can stop education, whatever the condition. So my conclusion remark here, technology will not replace the teacher. We believe that technology who use the teacher who use technology will probably replace those who don't use this technology. We use technology to make our learning and teaching process to be more effective and efficient. Thank you for having me and listening to me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mutmainna. It was a very good presentation. We were very pleased to join you this day. Thank you another time. And now, if there is any question, please go ahead. Dr. Mutia, yes, you can begin your question. Unmute yourself, please. Dr. Mutia, unmute yourself. Sorry, unmute yourself. I muted you by mistake. Yes, unmute yourself, please.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, thank you very much, all. Because of timing, we want to ask Dr.
Mutmainna, Dr. Mutmainna, please raise your voice. معلش تعلي صوتك يا دكتور. تفضلي.
Yes. Would you please tell us about if you faced any barriers when you changed the curriculum or when you tailored it, adapted it to be applied during COVID-19? This is one question. Another one, tell us please about the values and attitudes that you keep when you adapt your curriculum. Another one, would you please tell us something about agility? This is a new concept that we have to do in the future. And thank you very much. Thank you all. Hear me again? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, she heard you and she will answer you. Thank you, Dr.
Yes,
Mutia.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Mutmainna, please, can you answer her?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, about the change the curriculum. Yeah, this is not change all of, but redesign again the curriculum and adapt with this technology and student-centered learning approach. For example, by using project-based learning. This is the example of model of teaching for the student-centered learning approach. The way we are teaching, we must how we are designing the activities in the classroom to engage the student to be more active in learning and have motivation in our class. And the values and attitude by using this. Yep. So the values and attitude, we understand this is have so many benefit about by using this technology or integration technology, media, or some of the platform. The first one, this is have student experience. The first one about the experience. The student have experience how to integration the technology, not for in our classroom, but also in their learning to be more better in learning. What about the eligibility? This is the concept. Yeah, the new concept today is I don't know in your country, but in my university, we can develop and designing our material based on our student condition. Yeah. On educational sector, this is one of the methodology if you want to designing your materials based on your student condition, namely a research and development methodology, R&D. This is not a simple, but we can doing the first one. You can analyze your student characteristic. I have showed to you my presentation, my classroom, why I use film, why I use artificial intelligence in my classroom, because based on my preliminary research in my classroom, I use a questionnaire. I'm asking them, most of the students, their learning style, they are visual, they are auditory, they are kinesthetic. The highlight answer, they are visual. So we can designing our classroom based on the student condition, because in teaching process, this is not about you, but this is come back again with your student. What is your student want, your student need, what is your student lacks? After we identify them, you can go ahead to designing your material based on your student condition. Maybe you can adapt in your school.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I see Abbas.
Another question, may I please? If you have time.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Abbas.
Yes, miss. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Good midnight.
From Iraq. My question is, how can I overcome the problem of memorization in my studies?
Can you repeat?
How can I overcome the problem of memorization in my studies?
Simulation.
No, memorization.
Oh,
how to memorize. Memorization. Yes.
Yeah. Learning by experience, I think this is the good way to increase your memorizing. Learning by doing. For example, sometimes maybe the teacher asks the student, they are wanted to memorize the words, vocabulary, something like that. But ask them to doing some of the activities in the learning activities. You can designing your activities. For example, ask them to by using song, for example, having good memorizing by using a song. I have showed to you my class when I am use this as a lyric training in my classroom. This is to developing the student vocabulary. They are it will be help them to having good memorizing by use this song, and by using artificial intelligence also. They are learning by doing. They are having the experience. We ask them to be more active, to use some of the technology or the media. I think there are many ways you can use to increase your memorizing. But the first one, yeah, maybe this is you can doing some of the activities that will be make you to more remember. Yeah, by doing repeat, and repeat again and again and again. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, anyone else? The one who wants to ask Dr. Mutmainna, please raise your hand. Yes, Dr. Mutmainna, I want to announce some thing very new and very special. We want to organize and to establish the Arab English Association for English educators all over the Arab world. So if anyone wants to join us, please contact our WhatsApp groups. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mu'tamana. Thank you, Dr. Safdar. Yes.
Miss Nawal wants to ask a question, Mr. Amir. Please, Miss Nawal, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, أستاذ عامر. بعدين كلمة صغيرة حلقيها بعدين.
طيب اوكي
Thank you. Thank you. بعد أستاذ عامر.
انت حاول تشطبي يا شوقي، بعدين خلينا نحكي بالعربي، يعني فاهم، يعني اللي بده كان يعني مش دبدبتك العافيه اضطرونا بعد ما يخلصوا الاخوان. اوكي
أستاذ عامر.
ينضم لمجموعه الواتساب. بدنا نشتغل على مشروع نعمل اجتماع يا شوقي، والorganize a conference, a meeting for creating an Arab Association of English Teachers, hopefully next week. So we'll encourage, we'll do our best to, to make this organization a reality, inshallah. So حاول تشطبي، خلينا نحكي نكمل يا شوقي. الله يرضى عليكي انت وسهر. طيب اوكي
ماشي.
انا بدي اختم حاليا. اوكي. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you very much. Another time, Dr. Muhammad Safdar. Thank you, Dr. Mutmainna. We were very pleased to be with you this night. It was very, and they were very good and interesting presentation, and at the same time, very informative. Thank you and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So nice of you. Sweet dreams.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we welcome to Arabic participants. اللي بده يحكي بالعربي يتفضل. مس نوال تفضل يا مس نوال.
شكرا. Many thanks. I will be, it's briefly, briefly to say a few words. I would like to thank our guests, Dr. Safdar and Dr. Mutmainna, for their interesting presentation, of course, and relevant informations. And so my name, as you mentioned, is Nawal, for those who don't know me. I'm sworn translator and interpreter at Belgium courts. And I would like just to say that I'm very proud to be part of this wonderful association, to be member, of course, of this Jam'iyat al-Abtal, as I said, always hero association. I'm also proud to have to get many certificates from ARTA, currently participating to the accredited translator diploma. And believe me, it's a mine of information. I can testify. So don't hesitate to attend our sessions and conferences. You will learn a lot for sure, and you will not. You will be proud to be part of this association. Thank you so much. شكرا جزيلا والى اللقاء ان شاء الله ومرحبا بكم جميعا.
شكرا، بارك الله بك يا استاذه نوال، ما شاء الله دائما لك حضور مميز. شكرا لك.
شكرا عزيزتي. شكرا.
العفو. شكرا. الآن إذا ما في أسئلة يا أستاذ عامر شكله خلاص.
خلص
بس أذكر بالفورم، بس أستاذ عن إذنك، الفورم بعثته أكثر من مرة على الشات، يا ريت تكتبوا اسمكم باللغة الإنجليزية وإيميلكم، والشهادة إن شاء الله قريبا راح تصل. المرة مش أوتوماتيكيا، غيرنا النمط نوعا ما، إن شاء الله ستصلكم قريبا حسب الإيميلات وعلى الواتس، على مجموعات الواتس.
ان شاء الله.
تفضل أستاذ عامر، انهي لو سمحت.
طيب اوكي، احنا بدنا خلص وقف الريكوردينج اولا. ها اللي